Okay, this recording is devoted to a classical tale. You know, people say Newton discovered the law of gravity, the law of universal gravitation, by seeing an apple fall. Of course, cartoonists took that off, and then what they start doing is having apple trees and then making the apples fall and having Newton sit down somewhere and having the apples fall on him, and the particular apple that hit his head got his head to think right and come up with the universal law of gravity. Now, the tale goes, of course, you see, this is not going to be a random event. What that means is Newton had been coming here every day and contemplating nature and studying nature. There is no notepad here, but think of a notepad. Does math, does physics, studies. He spends the time in the beautiful nature under apple trees learning about nature. And then he discovered the law of universal gravitation when the apple fell on his head. Now, as the tale goes, now you spend most of your days sitting under apple trees. You know, if you are not teaching like I'm doing, you have to have something to pay the bills. In this particular case, since Newton is not stupid, look at all the apples that have fallen. That's plenty of dough. Look here, look there. That's money. That's money going to waste. So what he has is a mule and a carriage. At the end of the day, after a lot of physics and math work, he collects these apples, put them on the carriage, and rides back home, where he sells those apples to the local groceries. And he eats some of them, of course. Now, as you expect, Newton is intelligent, and his mule is also special. Now there was the day when Newton came up with his three laws of motion. So he was very excited, very happy about his three laws of motion. There's no one else around except his smart, beautiful mule. So what would Newton do? He has to share his joy. So he went to his mule and, buddy, today is a wonderful day. Today is going to be remembered in history. I'm going to be known for centuries because of what happened today. I discovered the three laws of motion, and I bet you they're going to name them after me. They are going to be named Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion, and Newton's third law of motion. I'm going to be in the history books. Okay, the mule is quite happy. I'll eat an apple to that. They both celebrated, ate a few apples. The mule asked Newton to tell him what the laws are. I'm not going to repeat them here for you, but Newton explained them to his mule. Ate a few more apples. Everyone is happy. Got late. It's time to go home. Newton did what he did every day. Filled up the cart with apples. And okay, let's go, buddy. Now the mule kind of looked around, thought of things like this. Okay, sorry about that one. You see what happens when humans are so cruel to induce something like this. You get something popping up on the screen as well. Okay, now kind of thought about this as well. With all the apples in the back, with Newton here instead of this gentleman. didn't sound very attractive. Then he thought for a second and said, Buddy Newton, you just told me of your 3 laws of motion. And I care especially about that third one, that last one. I like that last one. That last one says, to every action, there is a reaction that's equal and opposite. Now, as my smart friend, who's going to be remembered for centuries, can you explain to me why do you want me to waste my effort and try to pull on this heavy cart full of apples when I know beforehand, according to your laws, that there is going to be a reaction that's exactly equal to my action and opposite. So it's going to cancel out my action, meaning I'm not going to be able to pull it anywhere. Okay? You know I'm not stupid, so I'm not going to exert any effort that's going to result in nothing. So please get this thing off my back. Let's walk back home without this thing. Okay, Newton, of course, tried to explain. Come on, buddy. We've been doing this every day. We've been living off of this. You got lots of apples because of this, and more than apples. I got you grains, I got you stuff, and that's all because of selling the apples. If you are not going to carry this, we have no money. We are both going to go hungry. No, buddy. No, my friend. I don't remember any of what you said. I know you are going to become popular, so that will get us the money, that will get us the food. But I'm smart. I'm not going to pull on something knowing that my pull is going to be balanced by a reaction force that's equal and opposite. And there's your mule, quite happy with what he came up with. Can you think of the argument that would help the mule realize that he's wrong? I'm not going to give out the answer to this one. Okay? I'll let you enjoy it.